I would look at him and go, it feels good to feel good. I haven't felt like this since college, high school. I feel good.
The Lady Tigers have also started preseason practice. Coach Kim Mulkey's team returns 2 starters from last year's Elite 8 team.
Let's go to work. This is what you get paid to do, and let's see how good we can become. The talent is there. Those kids came in here with quite a reputation, but this is a different level, and let's see how good we can become.
LRN.
KSYL.
This nightmare could have happened yesterday all across New York City, causing panic and havoc and even loss of life. And it could still happen anywhere, putting millions of Americans at risk. I'm Kim Commando for NetSuite. Download the free CFO's Guide to Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning right now at netsuite.com/Kim. I say could have happened because while President Trump was speaking at the UN, the U.S. Secret Service was busting a very small but powerful, sophisticated telecommunications network. It was ready to flood every cell phone within 70 miles of the UN with 30 million text messages per minute. 911 would be unreachable. The entire network paralyzed. Anything, everything connected to the internet down. Secret Service captured 300 SIM servers and 100,000 SIM cards. We dodged a bullet. No word yet on who was behind it, but this is certain. The enemy is already here. Stay tech ahead by signing up for my free newsletter at getkim.com. What does the future hold for business? Ask 9 experts and you'll get 10 answers. Rates rising or falling, inflation being up or down. Can someone please invent a crystal ball? Until then, over 42,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR into one fluid platform. With one unified business management suite, there's one source of truth, giving you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time insights and forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. When you're closing the books in days, not weeks, you're spending less time looking backward and more time on what's next. And speaking of opportunity, you can now download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning at netsuite.com/Kim. The guide is free to you at netsuite.com/Kim, netsuite.com/Kim.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Hey, good. Well, are we having that issue again? Can you hear me at all, Steven?
You're kind of sounding funny.
Okay.
Got a little hum. You may have to use this one or something. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to Talkback.
Does this sound better?
I think so. I don't know what that hum is. Is it Monday? No, it's Wednesday.
Check, check, check. Still have a hum?
You sound better.
Better?
Yeah. Maybe we'll fix in the break. I don't think it's that bad. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to Talkback here on
We're having issues there.
970.
How's that sound?
That's good.
Okay. I just played around with some of the controls, and I think you can hear me now.
Yep, you sound good.
Okay. All right. Welcome to Talkback. You never know what you're going to get. Doing morning radio is like a box of chocolates, right?
We've been in here for 45 minutes. We could have checked that before.
Well, but I don't think we could have because it had to be on the air for us to do that.
That's true. We've been here for 45 seconds.
A little longer than that. I was right behind you.
That's true.
All right. Looking forward to a good show today, everyone. Don't forget, we're streaming live on Facebook if you want to see our lovely faces.
Oops. Now you can.
Allegedly.
You're good now.
Okay.
Yeah,
now we're good. Now we're good. Okay. And our number here on the BOM Bank Talk Line, 318-442-8255. We got a busy show for you today. Coming up at 7:30, Jim Smiley will be here. He is the Public Information Officer for the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, and will tell us about this weekend's National Hunting and Fishing Day event down in Woodworth. That'll be on Saturday at 7:50. Katie Vanderlick will be here. She's the Executive Director of Explore Alexandria Pineville, formerly known as the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and she'll tell us what's coming up in the month of October in terms of fun events for the area. And then finally at 8:05, Mitch Rabelais will join us to talk about a new organization. It's called Cenla Strong PAC. PAC, of course, stands for Political Action Committee. This is a bipartisan group which launched just ahead of next year's election cycles, and they're aiming to support candidates who will serve Central Louisiana with, quote, integrity and vision.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm curious to know more about it. And Mitch used to be the spokesperson, what am I trying to say?
Like public information?
Yeah, for Julia Latlow.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, for a short
that name
time.
sounds familiar.
Yeah. And then I think he left Julia to become the comms director for Katie Britt, senator from Alabama.
Oh, okay.
For a short time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Politicking.
Yeah. So we'll find out what that organization is all about and what their mission is, what their plans are, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So how was your day yesterday? Were you busy?
Yeah, pretty good. I always have to think about what I did because they all kind of run together, but I had about 3 or 4 stories I went to. You can all find them on Facebook, Stephen Maxwell TV.
Anything today that you're planning to do?
Yeah, I got a pack day today. As soon as I get off the air here, I'm rocking and rolling. We're going.
Okay, speaking of rocking and rolling, watch out for the weather today. Could get a little stormy. It's crazy that, like, I got in my car this morning and I felt like when I got outside, I was thinking, ugh, feels so swampy out. Well, there's a reason for that. It's because it's like 80 degrees already.
Oh, it is?
Like, it never really cooled off last night, I guess because of the humidity.
It's a little balmy out there.
Yeah.
But it looks a little dreary.
But we've got a front that'll be coming through, bringing some storms, and then it looks like the next few days could be a little better. Hopefully.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
It was a little depressing when you walked outside this morning. But
I was going to say, I'm ready for fall. I mean, it's practically October. It's meteorological fall, I guess, as they say, right? The season's changed. Yeah, we're now in fake fall. No, we're not. We're still in fake summer.
Fake summer, that's right, because we are in fall.
Yeah, it's still warm out.
It looks like you could put out a bonfire, get your pumpkin spice lattes, when you walk out this morning, but it's not.
That's your favorite this time of year. Steven loves his pumpkin spice.
Some PSL.
Have you been drinking those?
I've had one, I think.
Where do you get those? Like Starbucks? Or?
Yeah, wherever. You can get them anywhere now.
Oh, really? Everybody does it?
Yeah.
I'm not a coffee connoisseur, so...
I've never seen you drink coffee.
I had a short stint about a year or so ago where I was drinking it a little bit. If I do drink it, it's just black.
Made you smarter.
Did it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I was wondering why you've been falling off a little there. You need to get some coffee on. Get some mellow joy in the break room.
Yeah.
No, I like infusing mine with cream these days. It's nice. I used to drink it black, but it's just not as good.
Yeah. Well, if it's like fresh cream, yeah, I could see that.
It's fresh cream, like straight from the udders or something.
From like a raw milk.
Oh my gosh! Well, all the heat from the coffee is gonna burn all that nice bacteria and listeria.
That's overrated.
No, like the good why else would you drink it? What's the point of it? I forget. Why do you drink raw milk?
Oh, it's healthier for you because the nutrients haven't been essentially destroyed through the pasteurization process.
Okay. Louis Pasteur, he's a bane of our existence.
Well, I've explained this before.
Him and those rabies.
Once they moved those cows to the cities and they didn't let them graze on the grass, they fed them scraps from like the whiskey industry, the cows got sick. And guess what? The milk was bad and the people got sick.
Are they still that way?
No, now they just inject them with bovine growth hormone.
Oh, good.
I try to be as natural as I can.
Okay.
Crunchy I think that's the term.
I'll remember that next time you go to get your Whoppers or whatever.
Yeah. That's true. They still lure me with the old fast food once in a while.
Those Culver cheese curds are real natural.
Yeah. They just gotta switch to making them in tallow, not seed oil.
Oh, that's good.
No, they need to, I said.
Oh,
Now, Steak and Shake has done that. They've changed all their franchises to using beef tallow for French fries instead of.
I know Steak and Shake was so like political these days.
They're pretty conservative, aren't they? Yeah,
I guess so.
yeah, they're quite outspoken.
We don't even have one near here. I don't.
No,
think. We have it in Florida when I lived there.
we could use one.
I've been to one with you.
Yeah.
I never went to the one in Florida. I think the one in Florida shut down when I moved there.
Really?
For like a week.
Yeah. For a week?
It was open a week while I was there or
Okay.
so, and then it shut down.
So
I think it was for renovation.
Ah, okay.
And it lasted forever.
Just never reopened.
I don't think so.
Wow.
If any of the Steak and Shake at Panama City
Speaking
is
of
listening.
closing restaurants, I saw another one closed on 28 East now.
Yeah, the KFC on 28 East in Pineville shut down. They were taking down the signs yesterday.
I lived here 25 years. I think I maybe went to that KFC once.
I never went.
So that might explain why it's shutting down.
I'm not a big fried chicken
Me neither.
fast food guy.
Yeah, me neither.
It's good. It's just it's not good for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I usually stay away unless it's like a treat. But they have Southern Classic right
was gonna
there.
say.
They have Popeyes right next door to it.
Southern Classic is in the building that used to be a Hardee's for a while.
Parties, yeah. So then, and then El Reparo in Alexandria, and then IHOP in Alexandria. And everyone wants to make it into this like big macro
Mm-hmm.
economical downfall. I don't know if that's the
Mhm.
case. I just think it might be case by case.
Yeah.
Maybe some of those businesses were just having some issues.
I think it's hard for them to find workers, frankly.
Could be. Yeah. I think that's kind of the consensus
Yeah.
everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we had Matt Ritchie on Monday, we talked on that for a little bit, what he thought were some of the reasons behind it. And it was more, he saw it more as kind of that model is going away in some ways.
For IHOP.
Yeah, yes, for IHOP. But in other cases, I think it's, I don't know, quality maybe?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't been there in a couple of years, so I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we still got some good breakfast places.
Oh, yeah.
Nova's in Pineville's fantastic. You got Pit Grill,
Century Drug.
Century Drug. Is the Huddle House still open?
Yeah, I think so.
In
The one
Alexandria?
on MacArthur, yeah.
Yeah. So, still got plenty.
We miss our old Huddle House in Pineville. That's now Nova.
Nova's better.
Oh, yeah, quality-wise, no question about it. Just that
I still love the one in Alexandria.
we
though.
could always hit Huddle House at like 10 at night, though, in the past.
I enjoyed that. We did.
And the waitress would get mad at us because they were about to close.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad about that.
I didn't.
I know you didn't.
It says, if it still says open, then you're open.
Yeah.
They're just trying to clean up early so they can get out early.
Yeah. We close at 10, but we clean up at 6.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, having worked at a fast food restaurant when I was in college, I kind of get it. You're getting into the last 30 minutes or so, and you're like, okay, nobody's coming in. Let's go ahead. And then, of course, like 5 minutes to go, somebody will come through, and it's like,
Oh, I know. You know what? I can understand that. That's why I don't schedule interviews past 3:30. So, you know,
Yeah.
if it's 3:30 and I'm getting off at 4, that shoot's gonna hold me back there.
And then you have some night stories that
I'm
come
just
along.
kidding. I schedule them all the time.
You do. You never turn away a good story.
News never sleeps.
News never does sleep. Neither does Steven.
And I think our next guest knows a little thing about the news too. So
He
I'm
does.
sitting there listening.
Yeah, he does. Speaking of which, so you've gone from, you've gone from your early morning getting up you used to get up at 2 in the morning to do the morning show?
142. Yeah.
1:42 to be exact.
No, 140 and between 140 and 2. That
okay.
wasn't very clear of me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd get up at 140 sometimes because during that stage of our parenting,
Yeah.
I enjoy reading, and that's the only time I could read.
Wow.
So I'd get up, make coffee, read whatever book I'm reading,
Mm-hmm.
you know, take a shower, and get there around 3:15 to work,
Yeah.
and then anchor at 4:45, 4:30.
Yeah.
Who the heck is watching the freaking news at 4:30 in the morning? I can't stand people who watch.
So
news
now
at
what are your sleep patterns?
I get up at 5:30,
Okay.
which is late. And back in the day,
yeah.
that would be very annoying and early for me. And now it's like,
Yeah.
man, I get to sleep until 5:15.
I have my alarm go off at 5:40, but I usually hit snooze a couple times. So by the time I get out of bed, it's like 5:55.
I don't like rushing and like just putting on clothes. I got like,
Yeah.
What is the 3 S's, Shower, blank, and blank. Blank, shave, and shower.
Yeah.
And then I try and catch up on the news and make my coffee infused with cream and
there you go.
Have a good old time. You never heard that term?
Yes, I have. Oh my gosh. Is that too much information, as they say?
I guess so. TMI.
Ideally, it'd be nice to sleep into like 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
Yeah.
On the weekends, we sleep until 6:30, and then we still have the baby monitor, and we just hear.
Here's how I know you're no longer part of like Gen Z. I said 6 or 7. If you have kids, you kind of get it.
I don't get it.
Okay, I'll explain it in the break.
No, please tell me. I don't like waiting. What is that?
It's like this new thing. If the younger people can get an adult to say 6 or 7, they crack it. It's like a phrase that means nothing, but
I have no idea.
The college, just Google 6 or 7.
Okay.
And then, Bet. No cap. Jim Smiley's up next.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. A trial is underway in Seattle, pitting Amazon against the Federal Trade Commission over allegations the company duped customers into signing up for its Prime subscription service and then making it too hard to cancel. A jury will decide whether Amazon broke consumer protection laws, potentially exposing the company to billions of dollars in penalties and refunds. Amazon has defended its enrollment and cancellation processes, saying it receives consent from customers to enroll in Prime and provides simple mechanisms to cancel. Your Disney Plus is going to cost more. Disney is hiking the cost of its flagship streaming service. The price for the version without ads is going up by $3 to $19 a month. The plan with ads will cost $2 more at $12 monthly. The new pricing takes effect October 21st. Futures have been mixed this morning after stocks pulled back from record highs yesterday. Declines range from around 0.2% to almost 1%. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
Well, you wanted some rain. It looks like we're going to get it today. Good morning. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, a 60% chance throughout the day today. Some of those storms could contain some rather gusty winds. 88 will do it for the afternoon high today. Now tonight, still a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms overnight. And tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, afternoon highs 86. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BON Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BON Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Talk back.
And we are back. Al Quartermont, Stephen Maxwell with you here on this Wednesday morning. Joining us in the studio now, Jim Smiley. He is with the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing great. Good morning, guys. Good to see y'all.
Jim, I'm sorry you had to hear all that.
No, it's okay. I learned a lot.
Okay, good. So how are things
all
going?
About education here.
Learning. Do you know what 6-7 is?
What comes right before 8-9?
That's right. I think it's between or after 5. I'm not sure. So.
Anyone who's got like teenagers or college freshmen in their home, they know exactly what I'm talking about.
Well, I just read what it means, and I literally have no.
Nobody really knows what it means.
I feel like I'm a little hit.
Yeah, nobody knows what it means. But
it's not.
Yeah. In any case, hey, great event coming up Saturday down in Woodworth. It is it's the National Hunting and Fishing Day, and this is the Louisiana version of that, correct?
Correct. And we'll have lots of fun, family-friendly activities throughout the day. We start at 8 o'clock in the morning. It goes till 1:30 in the afternoon. Everything is free, and it's at the Woodworth Education Facility, which is right off of Robinson Bridge Road. If you want to put in your GPS, it's 661 Robinson Bridge Road.
6 or 7 Robinson? No. 661 Robinson Road?
Robinson Bridge Road.
Robinson Bridge Road. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So what kind of activities will you have for the kiddos?
All things hunting and fishing. So we have 2 ponds out at the Woodworth facility. One is stocked with bass and brim. The other stocked with catfish. So there'll be free fishing opportunities for everybody. You know, it's not just kids. I mean, if you bring your fishing pole and come on and have a good time.
So the adults can do it too.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, like I say, it's family events.
Yeah.
We'll have the alligator skinning demonstration. That's always a really popular thing. Shotgun demonstration. We'll have BB guns. We'll have the archery range will be open. Lots of different activities. Another thing that's super popular with the kids is the frog enclosure, where they set up and you can go in and they totally create a swampy environment where you can go in and kids can catch frogs. And it's dark, so you go in there with the headlamp and everything else to go. No gigging, no frogs will be injured in this activity.
Gotcha.
But it's lots of fun. And like I say, most activities go all day, 8 to 1. There are a couple of things that are at scheduled times. The shotgun exhibition will be 9 to 9:30. The alligator skinning is 9:30 to 11. And then at 12:45, they'll shut the range down and RPSO SWAT team comes out and does a demonstration.
Oh, wow.
So that's always really cool. You know, the guys get out there, they drop some flashbangs, and, you know, it's something to watch and see.
You know, the kids will get a kick out of that. So.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Again, and alligators, too.
Yep.
You all gonna make it like a gumbo or something, or fry it up?
No, not there. They're just demonstrating how to skin the hide. As far as now, I don't know. They maybe will donate what's left for the next Florida game.
That's right.
Spoken as a true Alabama.
That's right.
Fan. Speaking of which, my Badgers had a rough day at Alabama a couple of weeks ago.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Not really, but you know.
Sorry, not sorry, as they say.
Yeah.
Big game for Alabama this week, by the way.
Yep, and we're at Georgia.
Yeah.
And, we've got 9 games left, and 6 of them are against ranked teams.
Wow.
And 2 of the others were teams that were ranked. So, you know, this is where it gets interesting.
Life in the SEC.
Yeah, LSU's got Ole Miss. You know,
I kind of hate this new rotation they're going to do, though, where you have 3 teams that you play every year. I think it's over a 4-year period, and then the rest you rotate, because LSU will have Ole Miss, Arkansas, and Texas A&M, but no Alabama game every year. What are they thinking?
I don't know. I fully expected it to be LSU.
Yes.
You know, Auburn and Tennessee, you knew had to be in there.
Sure.
But Bama fans, we sing Dixieland Delight in the 4th quarter, and we add some of our own lyrics. and one of those lyrics we add in there is beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. So, I mean, you know, that we've defined it for the SEC.
Yeah.
They just didn't listen.
So you have Auburn, Tennessee.
Auburn, Mississippi State.
Oh, my gosh.
And I understand Mississippi State, Starkville's 90 miles from Tuscaloosa, you know, so it's close, and we've played a lot because, you know, we were both in the Western Division, so, you know, we played a lot. But one of my friends, one of the first comments when they saw it were like, will that game even be on TV? You know, LSU, Alabama, even this year, it's going to be a prime game.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a ratings blockbuster for them, and, you know, now we're going to be like the Jefferson Pilot slot game.
Jefferson Pilot. I love that reference. Oh, wow. That's hilarious.
I guess it's SEC Plus now is the old JP game.
Yeah,
but, you know.
Exactly. All right, let's get back to what you're really here for, the hunting and fishing day.
And our activities will be done in time for you to go home and watch the LSU Ole Miss game.
There you go.
And then the Bama Georgia game afterwards.
Right, that's right.
Yeah. But we'll have, and like I say, the activities throughout the day. We'll have trappers. We'll have crossbow demonstrations. Some waterfowl will be there. We'll have falconry. If you've never seen a falcon up close, that's really cool. Kids enjoy that.
I thought the Falcons all got killed by the Panthers last week.
Well, you know, this is a different one.
Okay.
This is. We'll have 22 rifles. Bayou muzzle loaders will be out there doing demonstrations. If you've never seen muzzle loading, that's really fun to watch. ATV safety, fly fishing. We'll have Fish ID where, you know, you can learn to identify the different species commonly found in Louisiana. We'll have all of that sort of stuff going on. Just tons and tons of activities throughout the day.
Sounds like a great time. If they need more information, how can they get it?
Easiest way to do, you can go to our website, Louisiana Wildlife Fisheries, LDWF.com, or .gov, sorry, and get information there. Also, thank you to Sentinel Broadcasting. You guys have done a great job as far as running spots and reminding people that the event's coming up, and we're grateful for that.
Well, we're grateful that you're here today to tell us more about it.
Yeah, well, like I say, it's been a fun event. Louisiana Hunting and Fishing Day was started in 1972. Louisiana started doing events in 82, and now it's grown to where we have 4 events all at the same time. So there's the one here in Woodworth, there's one in Baton Rouge at the Waddill Wildlife Refuge. There's one in Monroe, and there's one in Minden. So I know, you've got listeners all over the state. So, if Woodworth isn't close in your travel plans, you've got Baton Rouge, Monroe, and Minden to go to, and they all have similar activities.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Jim. Well, thank you so much again for being here today. Folks, check it out. Take the kids. National Hunting and Fishing Day, September 27th. That's Saturday down in Woodworth, and hope you all have a great time.
Yeah, we look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll be back with more Talkback.
KSYL. This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter. At the clinics, your health is our priority. Whether it's a routine checkup or ongoing care, we are here for you. Dr. Noah Miller, our newest family medicine physician, along with 5 other dedicated family physicians, are now accepting new patients. Schedule your appointment today. And remember, if you're ever admitted to the hospital, our doctors will see you there too. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The clinics, 1587 North Bolton, 445-9823, online at theclinics.us.
Hey, it's that time of year again. National Hunting and Fishing Day, Saturday, September the 27th. Gates open at 8 a.m. at the Woodworth Education Center. Join us for this totally free event. Come fish in the fully stocked pond, watch dog retrievals, pet baby alligators, even catch frogs in the frogging tent. There will be tons of door prizes given away this year. Grand prize drawings include lifetime hunting and fishing license. Hamburgers will be provided by Say's Office Supply, and too much more to mention here. Everyone, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors that make this event possible. The Town of Woodworth, Hickson Autoplex, Rapides Regional Medical Center, Delta Waterfowl, Bulletproof Outfitters, to name a few. Again, everyone, come on out Saturday, September the 27th from 8 a.m. to 1:30 at the Woodworth Education Center. We'll see you there.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Our office computers were from like 2012.
What? They had computers then?
Yeah, I don't know much about new tech.
Apparently.
So I went to Staples and saved big on an AI-powered HP laptop and HP OfficeJet Pro printer, which also came with 3 months of free instant ink.
And we're back in this century. During Staples HP Tech Event, save up to 35% on HP printers and up to 40% on AI-powered HP PCs.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Until 11/1, select models only.
Ooma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Talkback. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
All right, coming up, J.D. Vanderlick will be joining us. We'll tell you about what's going on in the area in the month of October. While I have a moment, I want to pay a little tribute to one of the most important people in our lives, Stephen, our barbers.
Oh, there you go.
People that cut our hair. And for the last 20 plus years that I've lived here in central Louisiana, my barber has been a guy named Doug Alston. Used to have a barbershop, Doug's Barbershop in Ball, and then kind of retired, semi-retired, I'd say, as he ended up cutting hair from his house, lived kind of in the Fishville area. So for the last several years, would always go there. But unfortunately, I got a note just this last week from a friend of his that he wasn't doing too well. I'd literally got my hair cut by him like a month ago, and he seemed fine, but some things happened, and all of a sudden he wasn't. And I don't want to go into the personal side of that in respect to the family, but suffice it to say, he passed away on Sunday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, at the age of, I think he was 78 or 79. But they had the visitation yesterday at New Friendship Church, which is kind of in that Fishville area. And his funeral will be at 2 o'clock today. I think the visitation starts again at 10. But I got there, the visitation yesterday was from 5 to 8. I got there around 7:15. It was still packed.
Wow.
So many people. Because Doug was that guy that I think he cut everyone's hair, every male's hair who lived in Grand Parish, and probably a few females too.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel sad for his wife, Miss Glenda, awesome lady. Her sister is actually William Earl Hilton's sister.
Mm.
And the thing about Doug was that he knew everything about what was going on in Grand Parish and a whole lot of Rapides Parish too. So
I believe it.
You know, back to the days where going to the barber shop was as much for guys the chance. That was like their gossip home.
I believe it. Oh, yeah.
And I guess for the ladies going to the beauty parlor, same thing. But I mean, you don't see a lot of barber shops anymore where you go in and you've got men cutting men's hair. You know, most of the places you go to now, it's women that are, nothing against that, but I feel like that's a bygone era. In a lot
When I
of
was in
ways.
Shreveport, I had a guy barber, and he was my age, too. Really good.
Yeah.
But he had like an old school kind of look to his place and stuff.
Right.
Super cool. But yeah, I would say you're right. Majority of the time, it's women who cut hair.
When I was a kid, I remember growing up in Cudahy that I would just, my mom would give me like whatever, $3, however much it cost back then. I'd go to the barber, walk to the barber, take my bike and get my hair cut. And there were 4 barbers in this shop. And the guy I always went to, his name was Mike. And you know, you would go in and you just listen to these guys talking about news and sports and politics and cracking jokes on each other, you know, and it was an entertainment show as much as anything. And then I want to say I was around 40 maybe, and I was home visiting for the summers when we already lived down here. And I was like, I wonder if that shop is still open. And sure enough, it was, but it was only Mike by himself. The other guys had all either retired or passed away. And
wow.
And he remembered me. So we caught up and just had a great time, you know, reminiscing about the old days. He's like, hey, if you know anyone wants to buy my shop, let me know. And this was around, I want to say 2005-ish. He's like, yeah, it's pretty good living. He goes, I make about $70,000, $80,000 a year.
Golly.
I was like, man.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know if all barbers make that much, but it's a lot of work, obviously.
Yeah. Well, you bring up a good point, too, that was kind of like, they call them third places.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing that millennials and Gen Zers kind of complain about now is they don't have a place to go besides work or maybe a church.
Yeah.
So there's no like barber shops, bars, that place where everyone goes to and socializes. There's not a whole lot of places for men to do that either, at least in my age group. I have friends that I've known for a long time, so we'll meet up and stuff.
Sure.
And we're still in like toddler baby age parenting, so it's not as fun to go out at this point in time with a toddler. But there are none of those places.
Maybe that's
besides
like
maybe a church.
Or CrossFit.
That's why if you do CrossFit, if you can put up with it, that's a great place to meet people and do things.
Yeah.
That's why it's so successful. It's more of a community than a workout regimen. But
so anyway,
I hate to hear that. Never met him, but I remember you talking about him all the time.
Yeah, great guy. Will be missed. Doug Alston. Rest in peace, my friend. We'll see you again on the other side. And we'll take a break. Katie comes next.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer. Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning, the cap is loose on that catch-up.
Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
You too could have a beautiful smile in as little as 12 weeks. Exclusive to Today's Dental in Pineville, Virtual Align Clear Aligners, the fastest, most convenient, affordable way to straighten your teeth for people on the go. Plus, they're invisible. No one will know you're doing it. Experience the Virtual Align difference. Call Today's Dental at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Goche. 448-4540.
Have a Class A or B CDL? Want to drive a local route every day? If you said yes, then you're who we're looking for. Waste Connections of Alexandria, Natchitoches, and Lafayette is hiring drivers with CDL license. You'll get competitive wages, paid vacations, a company stock program, a 401k with company match, medical, dental, vision, life, and disability insurance, and a local route with you at home with your family every night. Apply now at wasteconnections.com/employment. That's wasteconnections.com.
From America's #1 travel radio show, I'm Robert Carey with today's RM World Travel Minute. You know, for years we've seen and heard about the next evolution of change happening out in Las Vegas. Whether it's the risque or raunchy, reinventing with family entertainment, dominating the convention scene, becoming a sports town, or something else, Las Vegas always seems to be in a state of change. One constant through all of this has been their all-you-can-eat buffets. Love them or hate them, they've been a fixture in this city. Well, not as much anymore. Whether a lasting pandemic impact plus higher food costs mixed in, or Las Vegas's changing demographics, these days you'll find hip food halls replacing gluttonous buffets. Food halls certainly offer diversity, which is something the buffets delivered as well, but at a considerably higher cost. Food halls also have a cooler vibe than the more stodgy feed yourself until you can explode buffets. And in a world where we're more conscious of what we eat and how much, I guess this isn't much of a surprise, but if you're nostalgic for the all-you-can-eat buffet in Vegas, go experience the few that are left before they're gone. More travel info awaits you at rmworldtravel.com. Have a great day, everyone.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK back.
All right, we are back, everyone, here on Talk Back on your Wednesday morning. Al Quartermont, Stephen Maxwell joining us, the Executive Director of Explore Alexandria Pineville. That is Katie Vanderlick. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Good. How are y'all?
Always good to have you on the show.
I love coming in this studio. Y'all are all so fun.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It's always fun when you're here, too.
Yeah. I don't have this much fun normally before 8 o'clock. I need more caffeine. So.
The office isn't all lively at 7 in the morning?
No, it's not. Everybody's getting all their children to school. And one day, when we're empty nesters, I know we were just talking about that, I think I'll be a morning person. I'll get up. More? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Now I'm just like, I hear them.
Snooze. Yeah, exactly.
If I lay here, no one will notice I'm here.
Now my wife, when she gets up, the dog hears it. Like, if I get up, the dog doesn't come in the kitchen. But when my wife does, she like knows instinctively, and that's like her kid now.
Yes. My kids open their doors. The dog doesn't do anything. It's my door. When it opens, the dog knows that it's about time to get fed and, get ready for the day. But it's weird how he knows what door is and who's going to feed him and who's coming out of that door.
Dogs are like that.
Yep.
They adapt.
They do. So what do we have coming up in October?
All right.
It's always a fun month.
Yeah, it is. The weather's going to be good. I'm just putting that out there.
Yes.
It's going to be good. I know it is.
No false fall.
No.
We want real fall.
Yes. Okay, so we have Battle of the Bourbon going on right now, and the restaurants that are participating are Trio, Spirits, Neighborhood Drinks to Go, The Mirror Room, and Diamond Grill.
And how many of these is Trish at nightly?
She might call into the show in a little while.
It's like 7, so every day of the week.
But
6 or 7.
But check them out. I know you've checked them out, Stephen. Mm-hmm. They have each of these restaurants makes a different bourbon drink, like a specialty drink, and then there's a QR code. You go on and vote, and then they're all trying to have the best bourbon drink. So this is our 3rd year doing it, and it's fun. It's very competitive. And I think the restaurants have fun, and we have fun sampling. So,
I can imagine.
Yeah. So that's going on right now, the whole month of September. That's about to end, actually. And then The Kent House is having Fall Herb Day on October 4th. That's always fun. The Kent House always does a good job with that. The zoo is having a Safari Smash pickleball tournament. The FOTAS is hosting that. And I think they're still looking for pickleball teams. That's going to be on October 4th. That's a fundraiser for FOTAS. So if you are interested in that, give them a call or go to the alexandriazoo.com and you can register for that. AMOA is having a block and roll print day on October 4th. It's a day of printmaking, print your own apparel stations, kids activities, with a press and a steamroller. So that'll be fun, something different. The Rabbits Parish Fair. That's coming up.
Yeah,
every parent's dream, bringing their kids to the fair. October 8th through 12th. That's going to be out at the LSU, at the EVAC Center out on 71.
You sound like you had personal experience with that.
Oh my gosh, when it was at the Coliseum, and my kids were little, we would not take that route anywhere because I did not want them to see the fair. So now all these parents are so lucky that this is not a path traveled, well traveled. So you actually have to go. But I mean, it is fun. The kids have fun. It's just, it's the fair. October 8th through 12th. So that tickets are actually going to be on sale here, I think, too. So, but the fair is always a great time. Lots of good food, and the kids love it. Smoking on the River Barbecue Cook-Off, October 10th through 11th. That is going to be at the Riverfront Street in Pineville. What else?
They're excited about that one too.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. There's a job fair at the Alexandria Mall on October 10th, and the City Park Players are presenting Rumors, which is going to be October 16th through 26th. So plenty of days.
Is that by Fleetwood Mac?
Yeah. How fun would that be?
Thunder only happens when it's raining.
It's actually Neil Simon's fast-paced farce about a dinner party gone hilariously wrong.
Oh.
So close.
Close,
but no Fleetwood Mac there. The Fall Art Walk is going to be October 17th. That's going to be downtown Alexandria from 5 to 9. The Art Walk's always so fun. Get out and support the local artists and vendors. Southern Forest Heritage Museum's 5th Annual Fall Festival is October 18th. Have you ever been there?
Yes.
That's nice.
It is. It's such a neat place. I took a tour last year, and that's a great place. So check out that fall festival. And then City of Pineville is having a family fall fest on October 23rd. So lots of stuff going on. I didn't even touch the surface there. I mean, that's just
you didn't even get into the Halloween stuff.
No, I haven't even scratched the surface on all that. I'm sure I'll be back before then to talk about Halloween stuff. But like I always say, if you have an event, go to our website, alexandriapineville.com, put it on our calendar, and we're happy to help promote it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So like we said, it's a fun time of year. By the way, Trish said that she hasn't made it out to any of the Battle of the Bourbons yet, but she's planning to.
Shame on you, Trish.
That Old Fashioned at Trios is fantastic. A couple days ago.
Now, do they use bourbon for their Old Fashioned?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, for these, they're their specialty ones.
I don't know if it's their specialty, but I had one.
You had one?
It was good. It was really good. Did we use something besides bourbon for an Old Fashioned?
Well, in Wisconsin, they use brandy.
Are you sure?
Yes. Brandy Old Fashioned. That's like the thing.
I don't drink whiskey, bourbon.
I don't know
brandy.
if I believe that.
Look it up.
All right.
Brandy Old Fashioned.
I don't argue.
That's like a staple.
Let's go good with the cheese over there.
Remember when we went to that training session in Madison? That's what they served us at.
Really?
Dinner. Yeah.
All right.
You forgot already?
We'll talk about that next hour.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. Again, AlexandriaPineville.com.
You got it.
All right, Katie Vanderlick, our guest. We'll have more talk back coming up. Mitch Rabelais joins us on the other side to talk about Cenla Strong Pack.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenla Broadcasting. AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez, and we begin with breaking news from Texas. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem just confirming several people have been injured, others are dead after a shooting at an ICE facility in Dallas. No word on whether the victims were employees, visitors, or detainees. Noem says the shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The acting ICE director, Todd Lyons, says an investigation is underway. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky scheduled to address the UN General Assembly in a few minutes. His appearance comes a day after he met with President Trump in New York. Zelensky tells Fox he's heartened Mr. Trump appears to have had a change of heart about Ukraine's chances of winning the war with Russia.
President Trump was more positive in it, and he showed that he wants to support Ukraine to the very end.
President Trump said he believes with the support of the EU, Ukraine is in a position to fight and win all of its land back. Almost a week after Disney suspended him over his comments about Charlie Kirk's assassination, Jimmy Kimmel's late-night talk show returned.
This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
The president's not happy about it. CBS's Jared Hill.
Just an hour before last night's broadcast, President Trump, in a scathing post on social media, said the show had bad ratings, accused the host of being an arm of the Democratic Party, and appeared to threaten to sue ABC again.
One of the strongest typhoons in the world, as seen in years, slammed into southern China today. CBS's Anna Corin is in Hong Kong.
With a ferocity not witnessed in Hong Kong for years, Super Typhoon Ragasa pummeled the city this morning, bringing hurricane-force winds, torrential rain, and a storm surge that left a trail of destruction.
At least 17 people died in flooding in Taiwan, 10 deaths reported in the northern Philippines. A new study finds the world's leading killer, cardiovascular disease, is getting worse.
The report published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology says heart attacks, heart failure, and strokes cause 1 in 3 deaths worldwide.
It is a major global health threat, and it is getting worse.
Cardiologist Dr. Greg Roth at the University of Washington cites the world's growing and aging population. Leading risk factors are high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, air pollution, and heavy metals.
Lead in the environment continues to be a major risk factor for heart and vascular disease.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. We offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Colleen Crane. Louisiana's first carbon storage well is coming to Cameron Parish. Sempra Infrastructure received a Class 6 permit to inject around 2 million metric tons of carbon dioxide beneath Black Lake every year for up to 20 years. Patrick Courage with the Department of Energy and Natural Resources says these are the most restrictive permits the department grants.
We're aware of situations that arise with mixing carbon dioxide and water, which gets you carbonic acid, which means you need special cements. You need special mixes in the casing of the wells that you're using to inject the carbon.
The well is expected to be drilled more than 10,000 feet below ground level. Pope Leo XIV has named the person who will step in to fill Archbishop Gregory Aymond, Archbishop of New Orleans' role. New Jersey native Most Reverend James Kakekio is named Coadjutor Archbishop of New Orleans, assisting Archbishop Aymond until his retirement. LRN.
This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter with the clinics. We provide primary, family, and chronic care along with gastroenterology, podiatry, with on-site lab and x-ray services. I'm pleased to welcome family physician Dr. Noah Miller to our team. We are currently accepting new patients and same-day appointments are available. If you're admitted into the hospital, our doctors will see you there as well. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The clinic's on North Bolton, 445-9823, and online at theclinics.us.
Well, you wanted some rain. It looks like we're going to get it today. Good morning. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, a 60% chance throughout the day today. Some of those storms could contain some rather gusty winds. 88 will do it for the afternoon high today. Now tonight, still a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms overnight. And tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, afternoon highs 86. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
And welcome back, everyone. It is Talkback on your Wednesday morning. Al Quartermont along with Stephen Maxwell. Glad you could be with us. And joined this morning by Mitch Rabelais, who is representing Cenla Strong. It's a new political action committee we want to tell you about. Mitch, first of all, good morning to you.
Good morning, Alan. Stephen, great to be with y'all. You know, I've helped schedule a lot of interviews on this show, and I feel like I'm on one of those sports shows. Long-time listener, but first time being on the air with y'all.
That's awesome. Yeah, Mitch used to be the communications director for Julia Latlow.
Yep.
And
then spent some time in Washington with her, and then with Senator Katie Britt from Alabama. My wife and I decided to come home to Louisiana last year, and so now I'm helping in a bunch of different political efforts around the state, including here in Rapides Parish with Cenla Strong.
I know anytime we have John Kennedy on the show, if he's back home in Louisiana, he'll make comments like, you know, he's back in the United States, or just, you know, out of the craziness of Washington. How long were you in Washington?
3 years.
Wow.
So it's Senator Kennedy kind of hits that nail on the head. There is a lot of craziness up there, and it's an entirely different world. So it's always good to come back home and be around the people here in Louisiana. You know, I've been all over the state, I've been all over the country, but there's nothing like Louisiana people and being home.
Yeah. And where do you live now?
So I live in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
But I'm all over the state. I'm here in Alexandria a good bit with Cenla Strong, and kind of keep moving. I travel I-49 and I-10 a good bit, so you'll see me moving.
I don't know, Baton Rouge is its own little crazy too. So
that's a different brand of crazy. That's a whole nother show.
Like traffic crazy.
So Cenla Strong PAC, how did this idea come along, and then I want to ask you more about what it is.
Sure. So Cenla Strong launched from a group of business and civic leaders here in Rapides Parish that got together and said, we really want to see these communities move forward. Alexandria, Pineville, Rapides Parish. How do we move the communities forward? How do we bring prosperity? How do we make these communities attractive to future generations? And they really want to get involved in local elections, municipal, parish, really kind of the nitty-gritty of making those decisions on the local level. And look, I can say this from experience, and it's true. The decisions made by your councilman can affect your life just as much as the decisions made by your congressman.
100%.
If not more.
If not more. And those quality of life things. So what Cenla Strong really is looking to do is bring in more members, bring in more people from the community, and really have conversations about civic leadership moving forward and the kind of leaders here in Rapides Parish.
Maybe too, like the next generation of leaders here in Cenla. We've seen a few kind of get in there that are my age, but it's still mostly, which is nothing wrong with this, older people, you know?
Sure. And look, putting yourself on a ballot in today's day and age is a very daunting prospect. And that's part of what we want to do too, is facilitate those conversations with like-minded people who want to move the community forward, but maybe don't know where to start, or maybe want to have conversations about their ideas and how do they put them in place. And really our emphasis at Cenla Strong is not just who has the vision, right? Anybody can come in here with you guys and talk about vision, but who can put it in place and actually move the community forward.
So at this point, who is making up Cenla Strong?
So we have a great group of board members. It's about a couple of people here. I'll tell you, Kenny Robinson, Rob Ratcliffe, they're kind of the founding members. What we're doing now is we're recruiting more members, right? So we have everything from folks who may be interested in joining us on the board level to folks that may just be interested in knocking doors, waving signs, and kind of doing that hands and feet work. So right now what we're trying to do is bring in more folks, more members. And so if people are interested in joining Cenla Strong, learning more about it, I encourage everybody to go to our website, cenlastrong.com. send us a message and tell us more about your interests. We'll get you to our mailing list, reach out, connect you with some of our local folks, and kind of start that conversation.
When people hear PAC or Political Action Committee, they think about campaign advertisements, and those tend to be kind of the attack ads and those kinds of things. How is this PAC going to be different than sort of your traditional PAC?
Sure, and I get Political Action Committee can be a scary word for a lot of folks. What Send Law Strong is it's a true committee. So it's made up of people from this community, in this community, and it's not going to be ads as much as it is facilitating conversation, bringing support, and having conversations about issues. And another thing I'll tell you that's different is we're not going to be a, hey, see you in 4 years after the election PAC, right? Our members want to stay engaged with their local leaders here in Central Louisiana throughout the entirety of their service.
Are there any main issues that are kind of driving this conversation right now?
So I think the big one is economic prosperity, right? How do we bring investment? How do we bring jobs to Central Louisiana? How is Central Louisiana a place that is seen as forward-thinking and brings more people here to settle, to grow families and grow population? Looking at the numbers, Louisiana Central does a great job compiling them. Rapides Parish has lost about 7,000 people in the last 10 years. How do we reverse that trend and get these communities growing? That's really the main impetus right now.
I think of it, and I talk about this all the time. I think perception is a huge problem here. Everything we see is almost negative. So if we can all just work together to kind of change some of that narrative we have in Central Louisiana, I think it'd be a big step for sure.
100%. And you mentioned it earlier in the show. We're a bipartisan committee. We're not defined by party labels. We're looking at everyone who wants to have a conversation about moving Send Law forward and having people at the table to bring the community together, right? We're not going to throw people out the way because of labels. We're going to talk about ideas. And I think having that conversation, and like you said, and I know you've been talking about this on social media too, building that positive perception of the community and helping local leadership move that forward is really kind of the core tenet of our mission.
100%.
So it's not really like either conservative or more liberal leaning. It's trying to kind of play it down the center.
Kind of trying to bring people together and look more at community issues, lower crime, safer streets, and effective city services. Yeah. I think things people on both sides of the spectrum can agree that we need.
I could be wrong too, and because I'm not a political expert, but when it comes to these local issues, local races, especially in a place like Alexandria, Pineville, the conservative liberal label really doesn't get us anywhere, right? Coming together and actually solving the real issues.
And that's it, right? Safer streets, effective city services, bringing jobs and opportunity. Those are really issues that I think don't really fall as much on the ideological spectrum as, what we're focused on is who can carry that out.
One issue I've definitely heard and seen through the years that I've lived here, and in more recent years, Stephen was mentioning, was this off the air, just the kind of his age group trying to get more involved in politics and things like that. And when I've seen younger people try to get involved, it feels like they get run over if they're not part of that good old boy network. Can this PAC help with that, do you think? Will it try to mitigate against some of that? Because honestly, it is still a lot about who you know and who's willing to help you.
Sure, and that's why part of the reason this was formed is to get good, forward-thinking people into office and to help support them, but also, too, to help them along in the journey. Putting your name on a ballot is a hard thing to do. Putting yourself out there is a hard thing to do, but making sure that there is a vehicle in Rapides Parish, in Alexandria, in Pineville, that's dedicated to electing forward-thinking people is really our mission. So, yeah, you kind of hit that nail on the head there, Al.
Gotcha. Do you think this group will identify, you talk about economic development, things like that, but I mean, there are some other very specific issues, like top of mind, carbon capture is one of those right now. Will this group take a stance on something like that, do you think?
So as we grow membership, we're going to have those conversations, right? So right now we're at the point of bringing in membership, and we're going to have conversations about issues. When it comes to election time, we're going to put out questions to the candidates and ask them to answer. We're going to ask them to come to our membership and speak about. I'm not going to necessarily say today we're going to have any specific issues as of now that we're going to hold up a certain litmus test. But I will say that we're going to have a lot of questions, and we're going to want a lot of information from people as they run for office.
That's fair. Okay. I think we have a call coming in on the BOM Bank talk line. Let's take that. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for taking my call. About 50 years ago, the Democratic Party
said the same thing you're saying right now. They said we want to be middle of the road. We want to include everyone, a big tent. And the leftists came in who broker no discourse. They just want their way, and they captured the party. So what kind of safeguards do y'all have in place to prevent people from coming in, singing the song they want, they want them to sing, but then driving it? Because the parties are going in such diametrically opposite directions, what's to prevent this 10 years from now being just a group that gets 80% Democrats elected? And I'll hang up and listen to you. Thank you for taking my call.
No, and I appreciate you calling in. So really, again, this is a group that is here in this community. We want our membership to be in Rapides Parish. These are people in Alexandria and in Pineville. These are your neighbors. These are your friends. These are people you know. We want to be a political action committee in the true sense of the word political action committee. And when you hear Send Law Strong, it's not this, it's this entity out there I know exists. It's people that you know every single day and deal with here in the community.
Honestly, too, and I don't even know where I'm going with this, but like, let's say Mayor Jacques Roy, for example, or Mayor Bishop, I don't even really know what their ideology is. I think you guys are more focused on dealing with local issues and not the same, like, conservative MAGA versus liberal on the national level.
And that's it, right? I mean, look, there's PACs that help elect congressmen. There's PACs that help elect governors. There's PACs that help elect presidents. What we're focused on at Send Law Strong is true local issues. How do we have effective city services? How do we have effective governance? How do we bring jobs and opportunity to Rapides Parish? How do we help grow this community and make it attractive?
Yeah. Are there any things that your group has identified yet that are problem areas that really need to be looked at?
Well, I think right now is communication is going to be key. And that's something we've heard time and time again with these conversations that we've had is we want to make sure that there is a consistent dialogue between the community and local leaders and make sure that we're continuing to talk and continuing to see results. Trust is built through consistent action is kind of the theme that we keep hearing time and time again. And so I think for that is, can we see results consistently and continue to have communication as those results are delivered?
We have a question from the comments here on our Facebook. What is required membership, minimum participation, fees, viewpoints?
Sure. So, look, we welcome anybody who's interested in moving Central Louisiana forward and seeing the community grow. In terms of membership, we're still working on a specific dollar amount, but I'll tell you it's going to be on a sliding scale. If you're interested in contributing financially, we'd love to have you. If you're saying, hey, look, I can't really contribute financially, but I'd love to put some elbow grease, wave signs, knock doors, be a part of it, we'd love to have you as well. So reach out to us on our website, sendlawstrong.com, or reach out to us on social media at sendlawstrong, and we'll add you to the list and have a conversation with you about how you can get involved.
Awesome.
Sounds like you're kind of primarily talking about Rapides Parish right now, but when you kind of talk about Central Louisiana, you have to think also Grant, Vernon, Voiles. Are there any plans to include those parishes in their people as well?
Well, I mean, I think looking beyond the 2026 and 2027 elections, which are going to be busy, not just in the state, but here in Rapides Parish, I think there can be some potential to expand outside of Rapides, but for right now, we're kind of looking to refine what we do in our membership right here in Rapides Parish.
Gotcha. Yeah, it'll be an interesting election year coming up next year. Of course, in the states and at the federal level, we'll have the big Senate race. We'll have congressional races, but you won't be too involved in that, I'm assuming.
No, we'll be focused on the municipal elections in Alexandria and Pineville. We'll be looking at the parish-wide races and really what is on the ballot here and impacts the local community.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah, well, keep us posted as the organization continues to grow, and we'd love to have you on or any members in the future.
Absolutely. I hope this is the first of many appearances here on Talkback. Get some of our local folks on and making visits with y'all throughout the elections over the upcoming years.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
All right.
Mitch Rabelais, he's with Send Law Strong PAC. You can check them out at sendlawstrong.com. We'll take a break. More coming up.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
All of us have that one friend who can just light up the room with a smile. And sadly, how many of us are just a little bit envious of that friend? Well, here's the good news. The folks over at Today's Dental in Pineville can deliver that beautiful beaming smile. Over the years, hundreds of hopeful patients have visited and been completely satisfied. They've made getting dental implants an amazingly simple, low-anxiety procedure, one that's affordable for anyone's budget. The staff at Today's Dental go out of their way to make you feel comfortable with calming in-office IV sedation that's administered by a highly skilled, certified nurse anesthetist. And their multiple finance options make the entire procedure truly affordable. Isn't it your turn to light up that room? Give Today's Dental a call at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Gauthier. That's 448-4540.
Hey, y'all, find a festival near you this weekend. September 25th through September 28th, Alligator Festival in Luling, Sugarcane Festival in New Iberia, and Red River Revel Arts Festival in Shreveport. September 26th and 27th, Louisiana Chicken Festival in Dumas. And September 27th, anything over Rice Cook-Off in Lafayette. Visit festivals.explorelouisiana.com and make your plans to laissez les bon temps relais.
A message from Israel Air Conditioning and Heating.
Yeah, my mama, she told me to pick up and call Israel Air.
She told me Israel Air.
She told me. She said they'll come running with comfort beyond compare.
And a very fair price.
Because you know we're all about your comfort, no troubles. Call 442-6657. That's 442-6657. We're all about your comfort,
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BON Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BON Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Now back to Talk Back, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
All right, we're back with you here on Talkback on KSYL. I'm Al Quartermont along with Stephen Maxwell. Nice of you to join us.
Yeah. Should have held it longer for me.
That was the bathroom break? Is that what you're telling us?
I had to go get something real quick.
Oh, okay. I got you. Let's see here.
What are we talking about?
Well, I'm seeing that there's a breaking news story out of Dallas. Apparently, somebody went to one of the ICE facilities and shot up the place. 3 people I'm seeing have been shot. Trying to get more information on this.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. That's not good.
2 detainees shot at Dallas ICE facility.
Yeah.
So detainees. Gunman's dead.
So they actually shot the detainees?
So at least 2 detainees were shot at a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility in Dallas this morning. That's according to 2 law enforcement officials. This is a report from CNN. A suspect is dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's what Kristi Noem said on X, the Homeland Security Secretary. Multiple injuries and fatalities on her post. Let me see. 3 people were shot, all taken to the hospital. Didn't specify who the 3 were. This is the ICE director, Todd Lyons, who said that. Possible sniper.
Wow.
At this facility, it's ICE employees, civilians, and immigrant detainees. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
It's the at least the 3rd instance of an ICE or Customs and Border Protection facility being targeted by gunfire in Texas this year.
Wow.
Last one was July 4th when a group of assailants targeted the Prairie Land Detention Center near Fort Worth. And then days later, a 27-year-old man with a rifle and tactical gear was killed by police after he opened fire at a Border Patrol facility in McAllen. That's near the border there. Oh, my goodness. I guess the developing story, of course. We'll stay on top of it. I'm sure Al is scouring through X right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. It just seems like the violence keeps continuing. And we don't know all the circumstances behind this, but it kind of has the hallmarks of some of the things that we've been seeing. As you mentioned, there have been other incidents. I just hate to hear it.
So Kristi Noem posted this morning about 7:48 saying what happened. And she goes, while we don't know the motive yet, we know that our ICE law enforcement is facing unprecedented violence against them. It must stop. But then local news is saying it's probably detainees who were shot, not ICE agents. So a lot of conflicting information. Right?
Yeah, which
And who knows who they were actually targeting and who was actually killed.
Right. Were they targeting these people that were shot, or was it just they happened to be the ones?
And that's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting tired of. Is
Yeah.
like, let's hold off on the political framing of this and let facts come out.
Yeah.
Because even with the Charlie Kirk situation, we were already ready to frame it for so long without letting the facts come out.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. We do know that ICE facility that was shot in Alvarado, that there was a cell of North Texas Antifa operating in that area. The president has since declared Antifa to be a terrorist organization. Man, I don't know.
Antifa's kind of a hard thing to track down too.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's like a board of Antifa members and this and that. I'm sure it's very difficult.
Yeah, no doubt.
So Fox News is reporting the 3 people that were shot were the detainees. And so people are on... X is just a landmine of controversy, so it's already getting politicized everywhere.
Of course, always. Always and everything, really, when you talk about
X is good to get information out, but it's one, if you're on it too long, it can really make you mad at somebody. It's an issue for sure.
You have to kind of go beyond the emotions of it and really just kind of take the information and use that as best possible.
Well, that's the mature thing to do. That's what adults should do.
Right.
Our leaders should be doing that. I think that's what most leaders have done in the history of the United States, so we should probably keep it that way.
Yeah. All right, 442-8255 is our number here on Talkback on the BOM Bank Talk line. We will have open line for the rest of the show if anybody would like to weigh in on what's going on in the world today.
Did you watch the UN speech by President Trump yesterday?
I saw clips of it. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. So my understanding is his teleprompter broke. He was only supposed to speak for like 15 or 20 minutes. And then he just freeformed it for like 50 minutes.
Almost an hour, yeah.
Yeah. Which he definitely has some interesting things to say. I think what's most interesting that seems to be coming out of what's going on over there is his change of position on Ukraine. He now seems to be indicating he thinks Ukraine should get back all of its land and territory.
Does that mean Crimea too?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Complete flip of the switch there.
Yeah.
But he's trying to play it to where I think whatever's going to get him the result of ending it, or whatever way it's leaning, he's going to go with.
Yeah. Which it could be more of a negotiation tactic.
Could be.
Yeah, I think the other interesting thing was what he talked about with immigration and how so many of these countries have had just unfettered immigration and they're kind of destroying themselves from within. You see a lot of that on Twitter too, as much as is possible, because a lot of these countries now are censoring their people from posting things that are critical of their governments and issues like immigration.
We're seeing, I hate using the term far right sometimes, but we are seeing more right-leaning parties bubble up. Germany, England.
Yeah.
And so we're seeing some of that movement. I think Trump is speaking to that.
A lot of what far right is, I feel like, is just the way the media frames traditional values. I mean,
I think it's a nationalistic spin too.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of people nervous.
Why?
And for good reason.
Why do you say for good reason?
Well, I think because, in the 20th century we saw a lot of that movement and it turned into fascist governments. And so that's something we can all argue and debate.
Has more come from the left.
I mean, that's how you want to, each political spectrum is different too in different countries. This right versus left thing, it's confusing.
I mean, I guess when you're talking about nationalism, people think of Hitler and that sort of thing right now. But I don't, if you compare what's happening in America with people speaking out now more about traditional values and patriotism, I don't think in any way that mirrors what Hitler did in Nazi Germany.
Sure.
At all. Because I don't see people who are conservative or patriotic wanting to throw people that they disagree with into internment camps and things like that.
I've seen a lot of them say they want civil war on Twitter lately.
Those are nut jobs.
But this is such a fragile thing. we know how fragile democracy is.
Sure.
And so I think both sides need a safeguard all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't think your side could do it, if you don't think your party could do it or your country could do it, if you read a history book, that says the complete opposite. It could happen anywhere. And I'm not saying that's what MAGA's trying to do. I don't like to go to that lengths of criticism.
No.
But I think that's what the left sometimes likes to use as their political attack or their concern.
But where's most of the violence coming from right now?
No.
Not the right side.
Well, there's there's studies and stuff that say it's on both sides, or some that say that it's mostly the right.
And who's doing the studies?
But that's always an argument. And everyone's like, well, this and that is not true, and they're not trustworthy, and the institutions suck. But everyone else is just fiating their own statistics from their own observation. So what do you believe, and how do you come to a conclusion on these issues? You can't just always use the argument, well, this institution sucks because they did this once. I don't really know how to argue against that.
Okay, well,
like when we say like the other political party, it's spiritual warfare and they're possessed by demons. How do you argue against that? I mean, there's not even proof of that. You don't have proof of that. And so it's just kind of it's almost a pointless argument because I can't argue against something where there's no evidence given. So I can dismiss your argument without evidence because there is no evidence. I don't even know where I'm going.
I know we have to go right now, and that's why I'm not really responding because we need to take a break. But we'll come back. We have some calls on the line. We'll take those right after this.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. AI-focused companies continue to pour money into meeting the massive computer power demands of artificial intelligence computing. Now OpenAI plans to invest roughly $400 billion to develop 5 new U.S. data center sites in partnership with Oracle and SoftBank. The company said the new locations would be spread across Texas, New Mexico, and Ohio. They'll eventually have a capacity of 7 gigawatts of power, as much as some cities. The company that owns restaurant chains, including Fatburger and Johnny Rockets, is working with advisors to discuss a potential debt restructuring. Sources tell Bloomberg News that despite relatively steady performance at its chains, Fat Brands has struggled to service its debt. The company has more than 2,300 restaurants around the world. It also owns Fazoli's and Ponderosa. Stocks pulled back on Wall Street yesterday from record highs. Declines ranged from around 0.2% to almost 1% yesterday. Futures were edging higher. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
One big, beautiful bill. A signature achievement for President Trump. The decisive vote to get it done in the U.S. Senate? Louisiana's Bill Cassidy. Cassidy stood with Trump to provide historic investments in border security. Together, they delivered critical tax relief for working families. And the Trump-Cassidy law will boost manufacturing and energy production right here in America. And when President Trump needed a partner in the U.S. Senate to pass tough new penalties on fentanyl traffickers, it was Bill Cassidy who stepped up and got it done. With Trump and Cassidy, you can count on one thing: a conservative agenda for Louisiana and America. Call Senator Cassidy at 225-929-7711. Thank him for standing with President Trump and for fighting and winning for Louisiana and America. Paid for by Louisiana Legacy Policy Solutions, Inc.
When buying a home or property, you have a choice for your real estate closing attorney. Fine Legal Services, LLC is a full-service title company offering residential and commercial real estate closings, title insurance, and more. Call your Alexandria, Louisiana attorneys, George Fine and Jeremy Cedars, at 318-767-2226 to learn more, or visit fine-lawyers.com. Let your realtor and lender know that you choose Fine Legal Services.
Well, you wanted some rain. It looks like we're going to get it today. Good morning. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, a 60% chance throughout the day today. Some of those storms could contain some rather gusty winds. 88 will do it for the afternoon high today. Now tonight, still a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms overnight. And tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, afternoon highs 86. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
It's Talkback 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we're back here on Talkback. Alan Stephen with you. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Yeah, guys, do y'all hear the commercials during the break?
Yeah,
sometimes.
I mean, we.
I was just wondering, that Bill Cassidy commercial that is running, it says Trump's name more than it does Cassidy. Isn't that the same guy that voted to impeach Trump? I'm just a little. That's not why I called.
Not
but I
to
found it
impeach. He
interesting.
voted to convict.
He's trying.
Yeah. So anyway, it's interesting the twists and turns of politics. So again, I find myself agreeing with Stephen. He's right. Democracy is a fragile thing. Thank God we don't live in one. We live in a federal republic. So
I know
agree
that.
with you,
It's just
Stephen.
we use democratic values to elect our representatives.
Oh, what do you mean democratic values? We don't use democratic values.
We vote.
Well, that's not the only thing. That's not the defining factor of a democracy. Defining factor of a democracy is majority rules regardless of what the minority wants. That's what democracy is.
I would say we do that on everything except for the Electoral College.
No, we don't do that when you cannot do that with any federal law. Every federal law has stopgaps and checks and balances to keep the majority from passing for dictating down to the minority.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying we use democratic values, aka voting.
We use one democratic value. We don't use value.
Well, our constitutional.
That's one thing.
Okay.
I mean, we can argue about that all day, but it's, when Benjamin Franklin walked out of the Second Continental Congress and he was asked, what kind of government did you give us? What did he say?
He said a republic, if you can keep it.
If you can keep it. He didn't say a democracy. So
I think we're just talking about semantics at this point, but, I get what you're saying.
Well, that's the problem with this 6-7. I can tell you why nobody knows what it means, because words mean nothing anymore. Democracy and federalism are two distinct forms of government. Different things. It's not semantics, it's definitions. Anyway, my second point, when I was a kid back in the Stone Age and we had to do our statistics class on slate, we had this thing called quantitative analysis up at MLU, Harvard on the Bayou up there in Monroe. And the first day of that quantitative analysis, which was statistics, the professor said, I'm going to tell you something, two things about statistics. You give me a result, I'll write you a poll to find the result you want. Second thing he said is there's lies, there's damn lies, and there's statistics. So both sides rely on polls. And the strange thing about it is, polls and studies, this percent believes this percent believes this. They're rarely correct, and nobody I've met has ever been polled. So it's a strange thing believing these studies. Did you hear Jimmy Kimmel's already made a comment about the shooting in Dallas? Yeah, he said it was a MAGA guy. Then he immediately started crying.
Well, I will rephrase it for your liking. Constitutional republic is a very fragile thing if we don't protect it.
Well, that's right, and that's what that wise man, Mr. Franklin, said way back then. It is if we can keep it, but it has nothing to do with democracy.
But I think you know what I mean. But I get what you're saying.
Right. Well, say what you mean.
I mean it.
All right. Thanks for the call this morning. We appreciate it. All right, let's go to another one. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Look, I was reading this article about these tech companies. They want to bring a data center to Louisiana, those data centers. AI data centers. I don't see why Central Louisiana can't get one or two of those.
It's a great question. Yeah.
And, another thing, this what's this strong group that guy was talking about? A lot of those problems could be fixed with you just ask AI. They could do a lot better job than human. like fighting crime. How long would they be fighting crime? And that's just nonsense. Let AI fix it out. Because I was reading about this city in Japan and the number one candidate running for this political office was an AI computer.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, have a good day.
Okay, thanks. An AI computer running for office.
I've seen some places where local governments are using AI to solve some problems too.
Yeah.
Medical field as well.
Oh, yeah. It's being used a lot in medicine right now.
Yeah. What were we even arguing about? About democracy. I don't even remember what it was.
You were talking about how people try to always make it a left versus right thing.
No,
And
whatever.
that just divides more.
I guess so.
But, I mean, I don't know, have you been seeing any of the clips from Kamala Harris's interview on Rachel Maddow?
No, I saw some of the excerpts from her book.
Yeah.
Or memoir.
Well, we can get into that, but we do need to take another break. More calls coming up.
KSYL.
Storms, tornadoes, power outages. It's the season, so get prepared. Get storm ready with Southern Air. Get a free estimate on a generator, the right generator for your home and family, plus 0% financing for 60 months with approved credit. Let Southern Air help you take the worry out of hurricane season. Take action now. Visit southernairnow.com and let us bear it. Or give us a call at 318-777-5555. Keep the lights on with Southern Air.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
Now back to Talk Back, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
Right. And again, we can take your calls at 442-8255 on the BOM Bank talk line. And we were talking before the break that Kamala went on, I guess she wrote a book, and she's doing a book tour. So she's doing can we call them left of center shows? Rachel Maddow, The View. I didn't even know The View was still on.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine she'll be on Kimmel's show.
Probably.
Yeah. But she made a couple comments that are drawing attention. One where she calls Trump tyrants, communist, fascist, whatever, all the usual terms. But there's another one that's very interesting where apparently Pete Buttigieg was under consideration to be her VP.
Yeah.
But she kind of made like one of her Kamala Harris malaprop statements where she said she didn't pick him because he's a gay man, and then she kind of said she backtracked on that, but then she's like, what I meant is I couldn't pick him because essentially kind of saying that the country wasn't ready for it. But you know what's interesting is you look at the Trump administration, for all the criticism that he gets, he's got some prominent people around him who are in that community.
I would say it's different when it's on the ticket for a lot of America, I would assume.
Yeah.
I think that's what she's trying to say.
Well, I bring that up because Scott Bessent was on Maria Bartiromo's show yesterday, and he addressed that. And I just think it's interesting what he had to say. Take a listen.
She wouldn't take on Pete Buttigieg because he was gay, because she said it was a risk to have a running mate who was a gay man. Your reaction?
Three things, Maria. First, it shows her emphasis on identity politics, and the American people have moved on. Two, it shows how low regard she holds the American people. That she was just a terrible candidate. And three, you wouldn't pick Pete Buttigieg because he might have been the worst transportation secretary in history. Like, if I thought I was left a mess at Treasury, I can tell you, my friend Sean Duffy, our great transportation secretary, Pete Buttigieg left him a mess. The FAA is a disaster. The Amtrak, anything to do with transportation was woefully neglected over the past 4 years. So, she judges him on his identity, his sexuality. Let's look and see whether he did a good job. Let's look on merit, and I can tell you, on merit, he's a failure, and on merit, she's a failure.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should all go with merit.
Yeah.
I don't really know who the worst transportation secretary is. It's not really been on my list of studies.
You also
lately.
had that Ohio train spill. Remember the river that got polluted?
I don't remember.
Oh, really?
No.
It was like Palestine, Ohio, I think.
Okay.
And Buttigieg dropped the ball on that, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, she didn't get the Democratic nominee on merit. It was just because Biden dropped out.
That's right.
So I think that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see it, how it would have went if they had a Democratic primary from the start.
I wonder who would have won that.
That's a hard one. I don't know. Because it would have probably been Kamala. Buttigieg might have ran. I don't know if he would have.
Because in 2020, Kamala
Newsom.
didn't even, like, she dropped out because she had such low support.
No, I'm saying she would have been in there.
Yeah.
She probably
yeah,
ran.
she would have been. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of people who would have ran.
Yeah.
Whitmer, maybe. Newsom. I think Newsom, whether you agree with him or not, which I'm sure most of you do not, I think he'd put up a good fight against Trump if they ran. But that won't ever happen, as far as we know. I mean, it could. He's talked about running again.
Yeah.
So, constitutional Republican all.
Right.
But it might be Vance Newsom.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's too early to tell. There could be a lot of controversy between now and then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
We don't know.
And I think Pelosi was, we remember her talking about she'd like to see, when it came to endorsing Kamala, she's kind of rolling back the curtain on some of the conversations she had with the Democratic leaders. Pelosi says, I kind of want to let it go through the process, see what happens. She called out Whitmer for not endorsing her the day of, but she did the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm wondering what her motivation is behind this. They're saying she texted Newsom about it, and Newsom says, hold on, I'm hiking, get back to you about the endorsement thing.
Yeah.
And
I'm
she's
hiking.
like, he never got back to me, but he endorsed her like the next day. So I wonder what her motivation is about calling these her political leaders out. What's the point of this? Probably to sell a book, because that's the number one funding mechanism of a politician once they get out of office, and speaking engagements,
Yeah.
Or if you're a Republican, meme coins. Just enriching your, we're all trying to pay for
watches.
eggs, but everyone's selling meme coins and books.
And watches.
And watches, and who else knows what else?
Shoes.
Shoes, yeah. I think Americans are okay with doing a little bit of corruption, as long as you don't get too corrupt.
Just got to be the right amount, is what you're saying?
I guess so. But I will probably read it because I'm interested. I like reading those books. I just don't really want to pay for it. But maybe I can wait till it comes in the library or something.
I wonder how much she used AI for the writing of her book.
I don't know.
Of course, you always have a ghostwriter. I mean, she's not really writing this.
Sure.
It's probably where somebody interviews her basically. And
I mean, I've read Trump's books. I read Kamala's latest book.
Oh, she has another
I
book?
read J.D. Vance's, whatever it's called. So I like books.
Did you like
that.
J.D. Vance's book?
It was all right.
There's one about him growing up and everything he overcame.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Kamala did too. So all these people did.
What did she overcome?
She had a split family, single working mom, kind of built her way up in politics. If you want to go down the route of, like a lot of Republicans did during the campaign, I thought, you can do that. I'm not saying that. So, but
with like Monty Williams,
awful stuff. Yeah.
Montel Williams.
Yeah. Which I think is kind of a weird criticism considering who's in office now.
Yeah.
Anything to say, Al? You're not going to read the book?
I'm thinking. I probably won't read that book. I'm just.
You don't like reading too much, do you?
I like reading articles.
Sports articles.
I read a lot of news articles too. It's show prep. Now, if I wasn't doing this show, I probably wouldn't pay attention to as much of this kind of stuff, and I would maybe get more into reading and leisurely activities.
Gotcha.
But I got to be sharp. You got to be on the ball. You never know what's coming next from our callers.
But those politician books, I'd say they're mostly useless.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of I like politics.
Yeah.
So I find them interesting.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, let's go to the phones again. Good morning, you're on Talkback. Oops, try this one. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I read a couple of interesting things yesterday about California and energy-related California's been bashing the oil industry for so many years, and the refineries are all closed. And I think in '83 they said they had 40 refineries. Now they have 13, and they got 2 more getting ready to close. Chevron moved their headquarters to Texas from California. So now Newsom has pushed through an emergency program to fast track permits for oil drilling. They're going to issue 2,000 permits for oil drilling for the next 10 years. So 20,000 new oil wells they're drilling.
Wow.
And another interesting thing I read, they had a $2.2 billion solar farm in the Mojave Desert, and they closed it down because it wasn't financially viable, so pretty interesting. So all their Green New Deal stuff is not working. Surprise.
Surprise, yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, interesting information. Thanks for sharing that. All right.
Oh, do you think Trump would be, Newsom would beat Trump?
Do I think Newsom would beat Trump?
I want to see Trump go again. Like, he won against, let's be honest, 2 really bad candidates.
The thing about Newsom is that he is the ultimate politician.
Oh, yeah.
He is a chameleon of every stripe. So you cannot believe one word that comes out of his mouth. And he has been studying how Trump has been effective, and he's trying to do that in his own way.
He's making fun of Trump. He's not trying to do what Trump is doing. It's satirical. He's putting a mirror in front of the absurdity.
I get that, but I think he's also still trying to do that to try to present himself as something that he's not. Because he can't run on his record. His record is dismal and abysmal. I just pray for our country that we don't have to have him as president, because I think it would be a very dark time. But that's just my opinion, my humble opinion.
Your biased opinion.
But you can vote for him if you want to.
No, I don't say who I vote for. No, I'm just curious from like a political standpoint how that matchup would turn out.
We'll never know, probably.
Or like I heard Clay and Buck talking the other day, would Trump beat Obama? They didn't seem to think so, which was kind of interesting to me.
Yeah.
Or at least one of them said that.
At the time, but you wonder about now.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have different dynamics in place now, even like social media.
I think it might have helped him too.
Obama?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. That would be an interesting matchup.
I mean, Biden beat him. So.
Be like, so like who? Yeah.
He did.
Allegedly.
Oh, see, that's the problem. We don't trust any institution. We don't trust nothing. Aren't they in power now? Can't they just shine the light on all these issues? Where's the fraud? Where's the large number of fake votes? He's in power. Let's see him. Come on.
He's trying to get Bondi to do it.
I want to see it. They have control of all the government right now. That's what I'm curious about. And if Democrats were so successful at it the first time, why didn't they just do it again? While they were in power.
There are some people that feel like they tried in 2024.
They let a Republican win the popular vote for the first time in a long time. Makes no sense, Al. Makes zero sense. It's all a way for you to distrust the institution. And there might have been some fraud, but not enough to overturn that massive difference. But we just need to find 11,000 more votes. That's it.
We can go on for this forever. But we're way behind. We got to take a break.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Louisiana forests once fueled our economy. Your granddad logged these woods. So did your dad. And now, Beaver Lake Renewable Energy is keeping that legacy alive, turning thinnings and wood byproducts into clean fuel right here in Pineville. It means more jobs, stronger forests, and a future that honors where Central Louisiana came from. Be part of Louisiana's next chapter. Visit BeaverLakeRenewable.com and find out how we're putting Central Louisiana back on the map.
Got a big day ahead of you?
Then it's best to fuel up with some of Cenla's best at Bricato's restaurant. Walk right in and just smell that home-style cooking. Place your order, take a seat, and do breakfast right till 9:30 this morning. Get fresh biscuits, eggs any way you like them, melt-in-your-mouth pancakes, grits, hash browns, sausage, bacon, even wraps and sandwiches. And don't forget their fresh brewed coffee. Bricato's restaurant. 28 West, right across from the Coliseum. Your breakfast is waiting for you.
Tired of noisy neighbors? Want to keep pets in and problems out? Sounds like you need a Promo fence. At Promo Fencing and Lawn Care, our fences don't just work, they wow. From classic cedar and pine privacy fences to durable chain link, sleek metal, and aluminum, even decorative fencing. We've got something for every home, yard, or business, big or small, residential or commercial, all with free estimates, expert installs, and small town customer care. Promo Fencing and Lawn Care, fences that feel like home.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talkback.
Okay, let's go to the phones. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning, guys. I just wanted to bring 2 St. Jude fundraisers to y'all's attention.
Yeah.
October the 4th, we have the Red Wagon Run at LCU in support of St. Jude. We also, on October 25th, we're going to be doing the third, I think it's the 3rd or 4th annual Carts and Candy at the reservation. All that information can be found online on Facebook through Cenla Runners Heroes or through Cenla Runners Heroes, and just encourage anybody who can and who is willing and able to give to St. Jude. Please do. It really impacts families.
Yeah,
For sure,
sure. And you know that firsthand, so we appreciate that you let us know about that.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right, man. Take care. Appreciate that. 442-8255, BOM Bank Talk Line. Asked Stephen about this in the break. So this story, everything has been about Jimmy Kimmel in the national media the last couple days. And of course, he went on yesterday and whatever he said. I didn't want to play any of the clips. But
I didn't hear what he said.
Why
don't you want to play it? Why
he
not?
basically said Trump was trying to censor him, and then he said he wasn't really trying to make fun of a young man who was shot and killed, and he started choking up when he was saying that. But we can maybe play some more of it tomorrow. However, while we're hearing censorship, another story came out yesterday that really hasn't gotten a lot of attention in the national media. Google admitted that they participated in censorship during the Biden years, and they're promising to end the bans that they have put on the accounts of thousands of Americans who are censored for their political speech.
Was it directed by the Biden administration?
Mm-hmm.
From where? I'm just curious. I have no idea. I haven't seen this. You need time to read it.
This is what they sent to the Judiciary Committee with Jim Jordan, the chairman. Google admitted to the House Judiciary Committee, one, the Biden administration pressured them to censor Americans and remove content that did not violate YouTube's policies. The Biden administration's censorship pressure was unacceptable and wrong. Public debate should never come at the expense of relying authorities. The company will never use third-party fact-checkers again, and Europe's censorship laws targeting American companies and threaten American speech, including the removal of lawful content.
Yep. It's unacceptable on either side.
Yeah. So now we know that the Biden administration pressured Google, /YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We're worried about Trump making a mean post about Jimmy Kimmel.
We should worry about both. We can't let anything by.
I think Kimmel can say what he wants to, but he also has to understand the economic situation that he's in as well.
Well, Brendan Carr was on record before they made the decision that he says we can do this the easy way or hard way about getting him out.
Yeah, he did. I agree with you, but I really don't think what ABC did related to
Why can't we just call out the administration when they go too far?
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenla Broadcasting.